I've been Poet Laureate for 25 years, and I'll be retiring sometime this year. What a journey I've had. You know, sometimes in life you just have to step out on faith and believe you can do what you're born to do. Everybody's born with a gift, and you have to find it. And there are people who don't find it, but I hope everybody can. I knew in the 2nd grade I wanted to be a writer. In the 3rd grade, I went to my mother and I said, Mama, I want to be a poet and a songwriter. And here's my first poem or song. And I handed it to her and she read it, and it was titled, Here I Sit Alone at the Bar. And Mama looked at me and said, Are you sure you don't want to be a nurse? And I kept that dream. And I'm going to keep it till the day I put in the grave. Bell buckle called to me all of my life. When I was a little girl, my aunt would come here to shop for material. Then Jimmy Dean had a show on TV in 1950s, and he'd say, Molly B from Bell Buckle, Tennessee. And I thought, oh, there's that name again. And when I moved to Nashville to work for the Tennessee and Banner, I was in their advertising department. This young man that I was running around with, and one of my friends, we all went junking on the weekend. We loved antiquing. And he called me one day and he said, do you want to go to Bell Buckle? There's an art and craft fair there. And I said, sure. And we drove in, and I looked around, and part of the buildings were empty. But I thought, this is it. And I said to Winfred, his name, and this is where I'm supposed to be in life. And I moved to Bell Buckle on faith. Let me just divert here a little bit, because the Winfred thing is so important. When I say it called to me, that was part of it. My father was named Winfred, and he passed away in an accident. He was a fireman, and when I was 9 months old, and my brother was born 4 months later. So this young man named Winfred I met at a night class, and we took a break, and I walked toward him just smiling, and he was smiling, and he said, hello, Puddin'. And I said, gosh, my daddy called me that. I said, I have a Valentine addressed to me from Daddy, calling me Puddin'. I said, what's your name? And he said, Winfred. I said, gosh, that's my daddy's name. Well, we immediately became friends. Again, in life, you connect. You never know. And when he called to come here, that was another sign that, yep, this is where I'm supposed to be. And Winfred's brought me here. My daddy has come back and brought me to Bell Buckle. I went into a bank and I said, my name's Maggi Vaughn. Didn't know anybody, just parked my car in Shelbyville. I said, I'm moving to Bell Buckle. I don't have a dime. I don't have a retirement. I don't have any savings. I have nothing. But if you'll finance this little house for me in Bell Buckle, I'll never go broke on you or bankrupt. And there's a gentleman standing there, an elderly gentleman, and he said, give her anything she wants. And he walked out. And I said, who's that old man playing a joke on me? And the gentleman said, he owns a bank. How do you want your money? He pulled out a sheet of paper. I bought the house that day. Again, fate takes you where you're supposed to be in life. And it brought me here. And I started writing my heart out. I had already written some plays and produced in Nashville. But I was working, and it was hard to write and work. And I knew that I needed to be a place where I could just write. My first book was called 50 Years of Saturday Nights, and it was about the Grand Ole Opry's 50 years, being 50 years old. It was published by the Tennessean. Minnie Pearl helped me get that done. She was a dear friend and believed in me. And she sent it out to the Opry, and they were going to do it. Then John Siegenthaler saw it and heard about it and said, let me see it. He took it home that night, and he came back the next day, and he said, we want to do it. And I said, gosh, you go through life and, you know, all of a sudden you got two people wanting to publish your book. So I called the Opry and they said, oh, let John do it. We'll buy a bunch of them. And I said, okay. And they did. I put it out and they put it out and it sold out almost immediately. Then I upgraded it and years later to Grand Old Saturday Nights, and I'm working on it now to uplift it and grade it again because so much has happened between the time I wrote it and the first wrote it and now. I continue to write. I'll always write. I'll write till the day they put me in the grave. I'm on my 21st book right now. And actually I'm working on 2 as we speak. And that I hope to get out within maybe several months. There's nothing like writing. Everybody's born with a gift. I tell children this all the time. You just struggle and find it. And once you find it, it's the greatest thing in life. You may not have any money. Writers don't make a lot of money. But somehow things happen for you. People come to your rescue. I've had people to buy junk from me that I've collected through the years and give me good money to help me write and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And everybody out there is born with something. And Bell Buckle, honey, if you're creative, you come to Bell Buckle. And if you want to just come and shop and meet all the people here, we're full of artists. Ann White, Scruggs, who lived here for years and really kind of brought Bell Buckle alive with art, said, we're a town of originals. And we are. Now, we're a little nutty, but that makes us a great town. You see, if you got everybody who's sane in a town, and straight and narrow, and, they got it, 2 and 2's got to be 4, and 4 and 4's got to be 8. Don't go into the arts because, honey, we don't know arithmetic. We can't even spell it. Matter of fact, I had an English teacher saying to me, you'll never be a writer because you can't spell. Well, I'd like to send them my 20 books that I've done, but they're all dead. And that's I'm sorry they're dead. And one got to help me and believed in me. It was a history teacher when I was in high school. And she was the one who said, you've got it. You've got to do it. But it took me a long time to get to this place. I had to work and struggle, and sometimes you have to step out on faith. And I'll say this about Bell Buckle. The artists that are here, they stepped out on faith. They just moved here to write or paint or ceramics. We've got famous ones that live here. Russ Faxon, goodness, he's a well-known sculptor, got sculpture everywhere. Nashville, all over the United States. And we've got a ceramic person here, Sherry Hunter. She's known internationally. She lives in Bell Buckle. If you go to the airport in Nashville, there are planes there that she's done outside of the terminal there of her airplanes, and parks have got her things. We have a huge sculpture of a lobster in our park here in Bell Buckle because of a child that drowned, and the family wanted to do something, and he loved seafood or sea animals and things, and she did a lobster in honor of him. We got a mixture of everybody. And, the thing about Bell Buckle is everybody helps everybody. It's unbelievable. And you'll feel that when you come here. Nobody's going to care where you're from, how much money you got, what color you are. We don't care. We love you. We want you to come here and be with us. Whether you go home with anything or not, it's fine. And why Scruggs also said, we got everything you want and nothing you need. And that's the truth. But you're going to want it when you get here because we got stuff you've never seen anywhere. We've got art you've never seen anywhere. We got people you'll never see anywhere else. Lord, we're a town of originals. We love everybody. We love you. You come on down or come across or come up or wherever you are. You're welcome to come to our village. We love everybody and we love each other. Come see us.